Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Fielded at the 20. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to collect.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
2 yards. First down, Raiders.
Down! You want it, Check. Watch 54. Hey, keep it up. Hey, watch it. Find down.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Now! 180! We're good! 185! Mine's 54!
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr, and he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago, 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003. Throwing right, and that's complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
54 Mike. Man, I got you.
On second and inches, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So third and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
Hey, one set. 29. 54. Mike, 54. Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing again. Carr. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Hey, no, easy. 44's the Mike. Hey, yo. 4's the Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it.
Here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 33-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Quick talk. Through.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check. All day, baby.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 44 yards.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Watch the boots. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Leave it. Bring up 48. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now Cook, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
At the 24-yard line.
44. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Wow.
On second down, it's Cook. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Good route here.
All right, here we go. 40.
Hey, Alpha.
Check.
Rhino.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check.
On third down, Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
First down, Raiders.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Get in the weight room. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Raider 1.
Check. 55 to Mike. Check. 50.
Express.
Carr now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Zettel popping in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing now is Carr. Going up top. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16.
694.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Check.
Yo, Chief.
Check hot route. Hot.
1. Raider 1.
54 Mike. 54. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
2nd and 10. At the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Pick it up. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away.
We play it to win. Let's go.
1st and 10. At their own 41-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
First down, here's Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Tackle made by Marcus Golden. On 2nd down, Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Gun. Motion.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check. 65.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
That's good for the Vikings.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Cousins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
You said that you lasted 3 minutes.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance. Maybe play
I was going
action.
soft
I think
up
maybe you
and
go
up.
play action, show your quarterback,
I was
get a
soft. I
little
was
confidence in
fluctuating.
it, and let him fling another one.
I wasn't in there.
We're still in there for 3
After the
minutes.
pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Still in there for 3 minutes. Soft. What kind of
You
bullshit
don't
is that?
understand though. You're just gonna keep hounding me about it like I feel good about it.
3 minutes. Soft.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a
I didn't
loss
feel
of
good
5,
about it.
and it
I
brings
never.
up
So
3rd
then be
down.
honest about
I've
it.
already been
You've
honest with
been
it.
honest
No.
about sleeping with her.
Yeah, and that's just as honest as it's gonna be.
So you're trying to tell me you lasted
This offense
3
in
minutes,
desperate
but you
need of a
wanted to be
conversion as they
soft.
come up on 3rd
My
down.
mind wasn't on it. My mind
But
wasn't
you
on
were just
anything.
going in and out.
Yeah. The whole time I was wondering what the
To
fuck am I
throw,
doing.
it's Carr. Looking left side, he's got it
I'm
complete.
being serious.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for Oakland.
Pretty much, what I mean is like only like pretty much when
First kick,
3 minutes.
47.
Like
This
I
one
didn't
looks
come
good
at all.
as
It's just
well.
3 minutes.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Fuck, bro. What don't you get, bro? All I did
Give
was
him
3
11
minutes.
yards that time on the return.
Not even
And
that.
the offense will take over.
No, but
with a new set of
what do you
downs.
mean? I said I didn't come. So what do you mean?
Right to be mad.
You have no right to be mad.
Actually, I've got every fucking right, because this girl, you're contacting right through.
I knew you were gonna take it this way. I knew it.
You know what? You're a fucking ugly cunt.
I
Right.
knew you were gonna take it this way.
This is done. I want nothing to do with you. I don't
The
even want
Minnesota
to
offense
I
about
don't
ready to
even
get
want
this next
anything
drive
to
underway.
yell
They have the
because
lead here.
you're
Before we
fucking
talk a
up
lot
so
about
bad.
pregame speeches, what are
But I
halftime
don't
speeches
want
like?
anything
For
to
the
do
most
with
part,
it anymore.
not nearly as emotional.
I don't want you
They're a lot more
touching me.
clinical.
I want
Every
nothing.
now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to
You
light
know
a
what? The
fire.
closed door
But in
was
this
on.
case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
They got the
Defense,
lead, yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Check, check.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Yo.
Hey, wahoo! Wide.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Lucky 50.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch twist. Twist. Shift.
Blue draw Corkers.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
They run it again with Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
300. Go.
Check. 42's the mic.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Watch Bobo. Too little, cupcake.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, Flipper. Leave it. Bring up 48.
Rush in.
Cousins again. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Complete to number 18. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We're good. 185. Express.
Carr now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And he comes back with one complete. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
You're not ready. Bring up 48. Check. Lucky.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
He's crashing.
He's recon 132.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They'll try to run with Madison. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Abdullah, and not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that makes the score 28-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. And the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the pass. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Raider 9. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his 1st catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
Check. Hey, 734.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
At the 16-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Carr now on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Carr. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Vikings, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.